What's up guys, this is Alex and today we're going to show you the entire video of the announcement of April 2022 of BlackMagic Design, of course. We're going to show all the highlights and I'm going to let the video do the talking, but everything under 10 minutes. The only exceptions is part that are in the DaVinci Resolve Beta 18, Beta 1. We'll go into another video which is already up actually, so I'm going to put the link down below. Take care and see you in the next video.
I just press play. See, there it is. So you can see it's playing back the clips. It also has shuttle. So the shuttle, you push both the jog and scroll buttons at the same time, like that. Now you can see I can shuttle up and down the media. So it supports ProRes, DNX, and H.264 file formats. So you have all the codecs you need for live production or post-production. It really has codecs for both. Now there is another cool feature we put in there, and it's a teleprompter. With a big, large search style, we thought it'd be fun to add a teleprompter. Now it just uses RTF text files as a script. So the new HyperDeck Shuttle HD will retail for $4.95, and it's so many uses. It's a master recorder, it's a media player for live production switches, and it's also a teleprompter. Anyway, so now let's talk about cloud workflows. Now we've been working on this for a long time. There's really two issues we have to consider. One's technical, but the other one's actually BlackMagic culture. So the problem with software subscriptions is if you lose your work if you can't pay, and you have to pay up every month even if you can't afford it. So what happens if you're out of work for a few months? There's really nothing you can do. You still have to pay. And if you don't pay, you lose your ability to work, But on some software, you could even lose years of work. So you kind of get punished the more you use the software. But the problem is customers hate it. So I think with DaVinci, we have a better business model here. It's actually free. So it's easy to download and it's easy to learn how to use. Then over time, if you do well and start to make some money, perhaps you buy something from us. You might upgrade to a color panel or an audio console. For us to make money, we actually have to help you make money. We only do well if you do well. And plus our engineers are really motivated to stay focused on what you need. And there is another cultural rule. It's also very important to us. It's about tracking users and selling your data. So BlackMagic Design will never do this. So just because so many tech companies do it doesn't make it right. So when designing a cloud workflow, we have to work with these cultural constraints because they're really important to us. It's a culture thing. So we'll be introducing a new BlackMagic Cloud web service, and we'll also be introducing DaVinci Resolve 18. Now DaVinci Resolve 18 supports the BlackMagic Cloud. Put my password. So you can see I have some services here, but the project server is the one where we want to create the DaVinci Resolve project. Went to Wonderland, and there it is. DaVinci Resolve 18 supports BlackMagic Cloud, and I have it here. Now it's really very simple to set up. All I need to do is click on the Cloud tab. So I'll go to the project window. You can see here, Cloud projects are stored. I do. Let it sign in. Now we don't have any projects loaded into the library, so let's do that now. Now I actually have a local project that I want to share with a colorist. So I'll select the local panel and let's export this project. Here it is here. Well, I'll export it. There it is there. Put it on the desktop. There it is. We have a DaVinci Resolve project file on the desktop. Now most people call these DRP files, but it's the whole project exported into a file. So let's import that project into BlackMagic Cloud. Go back to the Cloud tab and I go import. And you can do this in reverse. There it is there. So you can take items out of the cloud library and put them back into the local project. And there it is there. So let's open it. So we can click on the timeline. Oh, it's already up. And there it is. What I really need to do is get some help with the color correction. Project. I'll share. There it is. So it's up here. We'll go down to there. There it is. Hey, how you doing? Hello, freelance colorist.
How are you?
Good.
Okay, so I'll just need to relink that.
Yep. You can see what the clip the colorist is working on if I change to the color page. There you go. So this is great when you have two colorists working on the same project. It's cool. So thanks for that. I think your grades look really nice, and I'll let you keep color grading, and we'll talk to you later.
No problems. Thanks, Grant.
No worries. Take care. Oh, look at that. You can see Elizabeth moving down the grade. She must be checking the grades. You can actually see the grade she's working on as she's moving through the clips. This is so awesome when you've got more than one person working together. It's really cool. Now, the reason this works so well is we both had a copy of the media. Now, we use Dropbox to sync the media between the computers. So that was my media. So what we really need is a network storage solution designed for film and television. Now, we've done that, and it's called BlackMagic Cloud Store. It's a very high-performance network storage with Dropbox sync. But because it's network storage, everybody can share the files in it. But it's also a Dropbox cache, so it's constantly syncing your media. So it had to be attractive. Plus, it's important that it's portable, so you can take it to a shoot. It's much more than a network storage solution. It uses high-speed M.2 flash memory card, so it's very fast. Plus the flash memory cards are configured in a RAID 5, so there's redundancy. It has 2 USB-C ports. One's for loading files directly and the other one's for backups. Now for redundancy, it actually has 2 separate internal power supplies. Now the first version of BlackMagic Cloud Store uses guest logins, the software that's in it. That keeps it really simple, but we're going to add some custom logins soon and some software updates so the IT people will be happy. So you can see the data rate graph is now showing the data being written. Now the writes are in orange. You can actually see that on the orange cell light up on the storage map. It's showing that the file is being written to the store. Plus, there's a couple of big files on the disk already taking up a lot of space now. There is there. So we need a name for the sync, and we also need to select the Dropbox folder. So now I've created the sync, and you can see actually on the monitor that the sync's been created. So in DaVinci Resolve 18, there's a whole new way, there's a whole new proxy workflow built in. We can automatically render proxies with the new proxy generator app. Proxies are now stored in a folder within the media. They're really easy to locate because they're always stored in a folder called proxies. Now we've created a new tool called BlackMagic Proxy Generator. I'll have the whole disk. But be careful if you change proxy formats, of course. If you change to a different format, it'll recreate all the proxies in that format. So you can see now it's checking the disk and then it's starting to render the proxies. And the Cloud Store will sync proxies before any other file type. There it is there. There's the proxy menu. See there, the originals are 18 gigabytes with the proxy. And this will give you reliable multicam recordings. So behind us over here, I've got 9 Hyperdeck Extremes that simulate a 9-camera studio. Now these decks are all connected to a 10G Ethernet switch. So let's plug that switch with all the Hyperdecks into the Cloud Store. So let's do that. I'll press record. So there they go. So now they're all recording. Now we're recording all the Hyperdecks into the BlackMagic Cloud Store, and they're all recording a pretty high data rate actually. It's Ultra HD 2160p 5994 in ProRes. And you can see that if you look, you can see it's a lot of data being recorded. You can see the Ethernet data graph showing the data being written. And now, of course, we've got everyone playing and using the videos playing back as well. You can see the storage map where the Hyperdecks are recording. You can actually see it where each Hyperdeck's recording. If you look at the Hyperdeck's caches, you can see them working over here. So we can stop recording now and you'll see the cache empty out. It doesn't take very long because the network's so fast. So I'll stop recording now. You can see there's the cache is still being written out. Yeah, we actually write through the caches, so there's always a little bit of data on the caches. So if you look at the Ethernet graph, you can there's still some data remaining to be written, but it's a very robust setup. So now the recording's complete, and there it is. The graph's dropped off because it's finished emptying out. So the BlackMagic Cloud Store will ship in about a month or so. We're still completing some of the work, but we needed to announce it so we can get it out in beta testing. So initially there'll be 3 models of the BlackMagic Cloud Store. There'll be a 20 terabyte, an 80 terabyte, and a 320 terabyte model. The 20 terabyte model will be priced at $9,595, and the 80 terabyte model will be priced at $29,995. And so it's extremely powerful, but we did think about smaller companies who don't need all that. Plus freelancers who are working from home or sort of small offices who don't need all this power. So to solve this problem, we actually have another more affordable model. So it's called BlackMagic Cloud Store Mini. Let me bring it out and I'll show you. It has 8 terabytes of high-speed flash storage and a RAID 0 configuration. You can just plug the USB cable from your computer directly into the Cloud Store Mini. Now it also has that HDMI monitoring output. What if we did a model that didn't have any memory at all? But because you're adding the USB disk to the network, everyone can access it. Now the name of the new model is called BlackMagic Cloud Pod. There's actually 2 USB ports for connecting disks, so it supports 2 separate disks at the same time. But the big advantage is you get your media on the media disk from your shoot on the network instantly, so you don't even have this delay of copying the files. So the BlackMagic Cloud Pod is also available now. I think it's a great way to try out the cloud workflow. Now in the demo, I used Hyperdeck Extreme 8K models for the recording, but these 8K models are pretty high end and they're a bit overkill for most work. So we'll actually have a new model of Hyperdeck Extreme soon. It'll be called Hyperdeck Extreme 4K HDR. It has the same features, it has the same connections, it has a nice LCD screen and built-in scopes, but it's lower cost because it doesn't have the 8K codec built in. So it'll be priced at $2,995, and we think it should be available in about a month or so, and we'll show you the what's new in color video. Now DaVinci Resolve 18 will be a free update for all users. It's a public beta, so don't install it in the middle of a job. Okay, well take care and thanks for watching the update. Bye.